Hello and welcome to JN CareerApt. This is Nitya Natarajan. Today's guest is Ms Bratati Dey, a certified soft skill trainer, corporate facilitator, and career counselor with over 18 years of experience in transforming professionals and students through skill-based training. She is the founder of the Soul Coach Training Institute, where she designs impactful programs on communication, leadership, emotional intelligence, and workplace readiness. With a background in education and a passion for human development, Ms. Dey has empowered over 6,000 individuals to grow with confidence, purpose, and clarity. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the podcast series, Future Ready Students Insights from Education Leaders. Ma'am, you have transitioned from teaching to founding the Soul Coach Training Institute. So can you please share with us what sparked your passion for soft skill training and personal development?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question. Actually, it is very apt, very appropriate. Thing is that I had to change my career, the job every 2-3 years, and I was tired of that. This was because I'm an army wife, and every 2-3 years, wherever my husband was posted, I was to relocate with him. So this whole process of finding a job, applying for it, giving interview, and getting selected, and then work for some time, and then leave again, and go to a new station and again do the same thing. So that got me thinking that I need to do something on my own. And at that very last my job, that was in Symbiosis Center for Management Studies in Pune, India, I was teaching BBA students English, and there was this curriculum of soft skill training and personality development, communication skills, which actually I quite liked, and that was the time was right when I was thinking that this will be my last job and I want to start something on my own. So I think the two ideas merged together, and in 2018, I found my company, Soul Coach Training. I got myself certified and trained as a certified soft skill trainer from Bangalore, and also trained the trainer and behavioral trainer, because I started my career as an English teacher. I was initially an English teacher, so I needed a certificate and also train myself in that skill. So after doing that from ILA Bangalore, I got my company registered and thus started my entrepreneurship journey.
Okay, that's right. That's right. So you wanted to have something on your own, instead of
Yes.
switching jobs from one place to the other.
Yeah.
And of course, it aligned with your interest and all that. And that's why you went on for the certification.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great, ma'am. Okay. So in your experience, ma'am, what do you think are the most essential soft skills that students must develop if they have to become truly future ready?
Yeah, sure. So first thing they need to, the first and foremost, I would say, is, self-awareness and confidence. Once the children are aware, they need to be able to know what they are capable of, their competencies, who are they. And once they know that, the end result is that they will be more confident. It results in confidence. Once they know themselves very well and their competencies, they are more confident. And the second, I would say, communication skills, both verbal and non-verbal, because it goes without saying that in this present world, communication is key, because you may have the students or children or anybody for that matter may have great ideas, but if they cannot communicate those ideas well, then it's of no use, right? And similarly, for knowledge acquisition also, like they may have the world of knowledge, but at the right time they are not able to express that. So that also is of what uses of that knowledge. Okay. And third one, I would say, is emotional intelligence, because in the incredible times that we live in, like without emotional intelligence, and it's also seen in a corporate world, that those who actually climb the corporate ladder, they are very, very strong in emotional intelligence. But previously it was thought to be IQ, but actually now EQ has stepped over. And to inculcate that at the grassroots level, it needs to be part of the academic curriculum from schools. So if when the child comes out of the school, if they're not equipped with the skill of emotional intelligence, then what will happen is they will find it very difficult to adjust in not only in the professional life but in social life as well. So I think these three things, that is self-awareness along with confidence building and communication skills and emotional intelligence, is very important, because as I said, it's not only about EQ these days, but same amount of not IQ, sorry, not IQ so much about these days, but EQ also, if not higher. IQ a little less will do, that can be acquired, but EQ is very important in a professional life.
Right. So, I'm glad you brought that up, because I keep telling children and parents when we have these one-to-one counseling sessions for career guidance, I always tell them, like, IQ is important, marks are definitely important, but that's almost like, just the entry ticket for you to get into college or something. But what if you have to clear your interview round, or if you have to really survive and be successful in whatever you are doing, whether you're studying or whether you are taking up a job, if you have to be successful, like you mentioned, if you want to climb up the ladder, you definitely have to be very, very strong in your EQ or emotional intelligence. Because without that, it's not just your profession or career life that is affected, it's also your personal, like you mentioned, your social life that is affected.
True.
So, ma'am, you have also worked with thousands of professionals. So please tell us, what gaps do you often see in fresh graduates who are entering the workforce? And also, what role do you think schools should play in order to bridge those gaps?
Yeah. Very good question. See, I just told you that are still, even to this day, our school and college curriculum are mainly based on rote learning and acquiring as much knowledge as possible, and then replicating it on paper and getting some marks or grades, and that's it. So very little importance is given to acquiring communication skills or other soft skills, which becomes a huge deterrent for the student when they actually join the workforce. So when this generation comes out of this school or college environment, they feel themselves zapped, because they find that at this stage they need to unlearn certain things and relearn certain other things. So it becomes a very difficult situation for them. So it is better that the schools start bridging this gap from the very elementary level, and they can introduce these soft skills in the academic curriculum. And this way, the students, when they come out, they will be absolutely future ready to enter the professional life. And not only that, they'll excel at it, because we have seen that this kind of skills is very important in the work life, whether you are in the corporate or government or whatever sector you are. Without soft skills, it's not only about what knowledge you have acquired in school or college. So how the schools can bridge is just letting this soft skill be a part of the regular academic curriculum.
Right. And usually in school, especially as the students go up to high school, like say class 9, class 10, they shut out all the other activities for them. They don't allow them to go for sports. They don't allow them to participate in extracurricular activities. It's always, academic performance and marks and ranks and distinctions. That's what mainly schools
It
focus.
is sad, actually, because in this day and time, there's so many other things that can be done, but still we are that competitive, like in the last century we were. Things have moved, but not moved drastically. It can only move when it is part of the school curriculum, when these children are at their formative years, not later they take some course in soft skill. Because in the formative years, if they are trained in that, then naturally it will be part and become a habit to them. That's
right. So though it is there in the national education policy and the curriculum, when it comes to execution, something goes wrong somewhere. So most of the educators, teachers themselves feel that soft skills are something extra that the child has to
Not
excel
required.
or learn. Okay, actually, what we should realize is it's not something extra. It is actually essential.
Essential. It's not no more a byproduct. It is very much a thing that needs to be learned, because sooner or later they'll have to learn. So why
Right.
not learn it sooner and make it a part of the habit?
Correct. Correct. As we are talking about educators actually executing and teaching soft skills as part of the curriculum, can you please share with us how can this executing or integrating soft skills like communication or time management or even emotional intelligence, how can they integrate it into everyday classroom learning?
Sure, because there are various interesting ways which this can be inculcated in the classroom teaching. At least if 2 periods in a week they assign for this, that should be good enough. And of course, the learning should be experiential, not very theoretical. It should be hands-on. The concepts need to be explained and then experienced as well, like through various activities like role plays, surveys, quizzes, simulations, then case studies, etc. So what will happen is then the curriculum will be lively and easy to grasp. Means it will be easy to grasp for the students. And see, at the end of the day, what is the purpose of inculcating this soft skill in the academic curriculum is application, right? These children need to be able to apply what they have learned in their daily life. And as I said, then it becomes a habit for them. And when they go out, they'll apply the same. And another thing, interesting thing which will happen is the parents will also be very pleasantly surprised to see a change in their wards behavior, in their communication skills, or in their personality. So it will be a win-win for all, for the students as well as parents. And also, the school will be able to send out very, very emotionally intelligent and future ready young adults to the society.
Right, ma'am. So you had already mentioned about, the first essential skill is self-awareness. So what role does self-awareness play in career success, and how can we help students build that early in school?
Yeah. So self-awareness is the key to self-confidence, right? As I told you earlier. So once
Right.
the student is self-confident, they can go places with their careers. Because if they from choosing what the right career for themselves and doing well in that career, they need to be, first step is to need what I'm good at, self-awareness. And when that confidence comes as a result of that self-confidence, then there's no other way than for them to succeed in life, because first they are aware of their competencies, then that has given them the confidence, and they're working on this. Everything is aligned. Once
Right.
they're self-aware, everything, their interest, their passion, what they're good at is aligned, and that will boost the self-confidence. So naturally, they when these two come together, they become unstoppable and become very successful.
Great, great. So in career guidance, the first step that we do is conduct a psychometric assessment. So
Correct.
to find out what are the strengths and what are the weaker areas that the child, at present, and then work on that. Try to align all the career choices based on their strengths and weaknesses. And that's a very, very powerful tool, because children these days have a lot of career choices, and it's overwhelming. They're so confused. They want to try out everything. They're not really sure, which one suit their
What to do.
personality.
Right.
Yes, when they come to us for career guidance, like they're everywhere, all over the place. I want
All
maybe I
over
want
the
to try this, I want to try this, I want to try that. But once the psychometric assessment report is out and we
yeah.
explain to them what it actually means, there is a big shift. That's
Correct. Actually,
clearly.
too much of sorry, I just interrupted you.
No problem. No
Mm,
problem.
uh,
Yeah.
because too much, like we say, that there's too much on the plate. Like you
Mm,
don't know what to eat. It can cause indigestion. The same thing has happened with today's generation. They're spoiled for choices. Too
right.
much is there for them, and I don't blame them, because it's such a incredible time. There's so much of information and information overload. So that
Right.
capacity of the brain to process all that and then take out the right decision also is not easy. As you said, the psychometric test is a great tool to help them, to actually get somewhat aligned with their passion and their competencies.
Right. And parents are also, most of them are not aware that there is a tool called psychometric assessment
Psychometric, yeah.
they can
But
use.
that is what I'm saying. That at the school level only that needs to be, done. And the importance should be like in parents teachers meeting. They can
Mm.
they can share the importance, the school counselor or whoever, there should be a soft skill trainer, there's soft skill teacher who will educate the parents about the importance of psychometric test, about the importance of communication skills. So gradually and slowly they will realize, because many things have changed, so this also they will hopefully be able to understand how it will help their wards.
Yeah, so both students and parents, they kind of like, really understand the importance of self-discovery only after they go through this process called psychometric assessment.
Yes.
So, I'm sure, those who are watching this episode will realize that psychometric assessment is a very important tool. And we start career planning or career guidance with self-discovery.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Ma'am, you also work closely with parents. So please tell us, how can schools and parents collaborate to nurture confident uh, individuals as well as purpose-driven students?
Correct. See, I told you, no, that schools and parents have a huge role to play, because these are the two agencies, primary and pivotal agencies, who the student or the children look up to in their formative years. They don't have anyone else. It's in school, it's their teacher; at home, it's their parents. So these two entities need to collaborate, and if they get see the importance of this kind of emotional, equipping their children with emotional intelligence or other soft skill, then it will be, a very powerful thing. It will become a powerful, because they are only children only listen, or at when they're very young, they are only listening to their school teachers or their parents at home. So if they will understand, if both schools and parents understand the importance of these soft skills, then it will, and they try to incorporate in classroom teaching, so slowly and gradually it will be imbibed in their system, in their habits, in their brain, and in their everyday life, and they can become actually a very attractive and strong personality adult, having a very strong personality and attractive personality. So these two entities, parents and teachers, in a nutshell, I would like to explain, they need to come together and collaborate and make soft skill training a part of academic curriculum in schools.
So if you could give one piece of advice to every educator who's working to shape future ready students, what would that one piece of advice be and why?
Yes, very good question, because teachers and educators are the primary people, as I told you, apart from parents, whom a child looks up to. So my one piece of advice to educators would be: lead by example, walk the talk, preach what you teach, because you have to be that role models. Your students are looking up to you and they are idolizing you. The students will emulate whatever you do and carry how you carry yourself, so they will try to copy that, emulate that. See, in our childhood also, we used to have an ideal teacher, right? And we have not forgotten that teacher or teachers till date. People generally remember their ideal teacher throughout life, or even after, very long after leaving school, right? Even we do remember our teachers. So I will tell the educators and teachers, be that idol, be that ideal teacher. Your students will remember you, not so much for your knowledge, your subject knowledge, but they will remember you for your behavior, your empathy, your personality, your kindness. So in a nutshell, I would like to say teachers need to be example setters for their students.
Well said, ma'am. Because when it comes to parenting or working with young kids, we say they don't follow what you say; they just
Hmm.
copy. They follow what you do. So
Yes,
instead of telling them something, just live it.
live it
And
is
they,
not enough.
yeah, copy your example.
Yeah. Live by example. It is difficult, but then, yeah, living an ideal life is difficult. It's not easy. You cannot preach something and do something else. Then it is a very bad example you're setting.
Right, right.
If you're teaching soft skills or whatever you are doing, you need to exemplify that. Your behavior, your kindness, and everything should reflect in your personality.
Right. So we usually tell children, students to be open-minded and keep learning. Continuous learning is what going to help you. You should be lifelong learners. But personally, I feel like as educators, most, at least like 50% of us are not that open-minded, and we don't have that quest for learning.
Correct. Very true. Yeah.
So when children don't see that in you, it is very difficult for them to understand that they have to have an open mind and keep
Yeah.
learning,
Mm.
acquiring. It's not just learning in the sense, not just acquiring knowledge,
Um,
it's learning soft skills, or self development, or emotional
so many
intelligence.
instances we see in school, and like it comes in the media and we read about it, or we see on TV, so much of lack of empathy, on part of teachers. But yeah, then it will pass down to the children as well, to the students as well. So and all this violence, where is it coming from? There is this kind of explosion of media in front of.
Mm.
When we were young, this kind of media exposure was not there. There's so much of media exposure. And even if the place of study, or the temple of study, that is the schools, if they don't have proper guidance and they don't have a role model to emulate, then what are the young minds going to do? They will learn from the best, and they will they will think that social media or whatever they are being shown in the media is, or whatever games and all they play, these games are also so violent. So that
Right.
is true. The teacher has to tell them, and through their behavior, not only tell them verbally but behaviorally also, that this is not the way to live a life. That is only for entertainment.
Right. So we should teach them to think critically and independently.
Yes.
And as I was a teacher for 20 years. So when I teach children, whatever is there in the textbook, sometimes textbooks have errors. The
Yeah.
definitions are not true 100%. So when we teach children, I used to like emphasize and say that this is wrong, question it,
Well,
because this is what the definition says. But if you look at the example, it doesn't align with what the definition is saying.
yes.
So it doesn't mean if something is there in the textbook, it's 100% correct. So
Yes. It changes the concept, the perspective changes actually with time.
so keep questioning. So whatever you watch on
Mm,
television,
mm.
in the news, doesn't mean that's 100% correct. That's
Absolutely.
only one perspective that you are listening to. So please start questioning and challenging information or authority, of course, in a very, very respectful manner. That's
Yeah.
how you develop independent thinking and critical thinking.
Yeah. That will inculcate the habit of independent thinking, as you're saying, and that's very important for a mature adult when eventually they'll become one. So if they start doing it at the formative years, and then it will become a second skin to them.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you so much for sharing your valuable experiences and opinion in order to help students and their parents, nurture them to become future ready learners. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time. Hopefully, we will have more collaborations like this in the future.
Yes, thank you so much, Nitya, for having me here. And it was a great pleasure that I was able to share some of my nuggets of experience with you. And as you said, I'm looking forward to more in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.